Another project, motorcycle project. This is a 99 Suzuki GSX-R 750 S-Rad. Got this bike in a trade, and the guy said everything was there. Some of that's true, some of it ain't. It came with a engine that's supposed to go to the bike. This is the engine here that's supposed to go to the bike, and this is the engine that came out of the bike. Well, the story was with the old engine is it spun a rod. He said he cranked it up and over revved it. You can see it here. You can see it knocked a hole in the block right there. He's already tore it down, and I didn't get all the pieces to it, but he said that he bought this other engine to put in the bike. Well, the difference is this engine here is a 99, which came out of the bike. This engine here coming out to be a 2000. Well, in 2000 they changed up some stuff on these engines, and you can see that the 99 engine has the thermostat housing on the head, the back side of the head, and the 2000, well, actually that's not the thermostat housing, that is the water inlet housing. The 99 has the water inlet housing here. The thermostat's in that location. I believe it's in there. Not sure, it could be in the water inlet. But here, you see, this engine here doesn't have that. So they changed it up in 2000. You can see where this comes in here. I'm thinking that is the thermostat there. But on this engine here, it's actually down here on the side. So these engines, same displacement, 750, but stuff is different. The throttle body is the same. The stator should be the same, but the engine mounting points is different. As you can see on the back side of the engine, it's kind of like almost centered a little bit, I guess. It's to the, you're standing behind the engine, it's to the left and higher. This one's more lower, almost same position, but lower. Another difference in these engines is the mounting that goes in the frame. On this side you got a mount there, bolt hole, one. On the 99 engine you got two, and they're staggered. So this engine will not work in this bike, which he said he bought this engine out of a wreck bike, and he was going to put it in this thing, but it won't work. So I found that out after I got it here, and I was going to start putting the engine in it, and then that's when I found out it was the wrong engine. So that's how it is when you get stuff from people. But we did get the plastics, both side plastics. The seats are rough. The tires are really rough. I've never seen a slick front tire on a bike. You must have been doing some front burnouts. The back tire is starting to show wear in the center, like tread almost, a thread. Got broken turn signals. But I mean, it's a 98 or 99 bike rather, and it's probably changed hands thousands of times, been abused. I think it's something wrong with the tank. Now he said he couldn't get the tank open, and I can see here that there is some rust right on this corner. You can see where it's been running down. So something's up with the gas tank. I got the key, which the key is broken. I guess he broke it off in the gas tank, and dug the other piece out. So it's in 2 pieces. So I'm gonna order a new key switch for it, new gas top. With the rust coming out of the gas tank, I almost bet you the fuel pump's no good. So I'm gonna order a new fuel pump for it. Gotta get a battery, and I'm gonna search for an engine. I would like to put this thing together, be a good project for the channel. I rarely do crotch rockets, or sport bikes rather, on the channel. So I like to put it together, get it running. Oh, and it also came with a, I think this is a D&D. A D&D 4-in-1 header. So got that going for it. But somebody painted the windshield red to match the bike. I don't like that, it looks stupid. It's missing some pieces that I gotta order for it, but it does have a clean title, so that's a good thing. We got a box of parts. Here's the air box. Got the injector rail. It's the 2000 motors missing the injectors. Here's the throttle body for the 99. Reservoir bottle, ECU, front turn signals, carburetor boots, engine mounts, frame stoppers, or whatever we call it, frame savers, and a fuel injection harness that goes on the fuel injectors, and a radiator. So I'm going to search for an engine for this thing. I've been looking, and on eBay they want almost what the bike is worth when you pay for a motor and shipping. I think I got a front and rear seat bought on eBay. I know I bought the rear seat. It's coming from England, from across the pond. So good rear seat. I'm still bidding on a front seat. I don't know if I'm gonna win it or not. It's like the battery box. That's where the ECU goes. Up under here, wasp nest, old wasp nest, a wrench. Look like a squirrel went under here. I mean, this thing's been outside. I kind of did a trade at nighttime with it, and it's rough, but it's not rough. I mean, it's buildable. Good thing is it's got a title. So this engine here is no good. I think the valve cover to it is in the back of my truck. So it's basically a starter, maybe a clutch. If it ain't, well, the clutch is missing. So you got a stator, good front sprocket. The head's probably no good. It might have bent the valves. But this engine here is a 2000 to 2005, I believe. Or 2000, 2003 was the same. So I'm gonna put this engine up for sale on Marketplace. Maybe somebody need a 2000 to 2003 GSX-R 750 engine. I mean, the stator wires have been cut. It's got some kind of JB Wheel repair right on the front, right there. So something hit it. The cover is not scratched up, but something had to hit it, and they patched it up. So I'll just let this engine go cheap. Somebody need it. If one of you guys out there need it, let me know. Leave me a contact on my email at rpmauto780@yahoo.com. Maybe you can pick this thing up. I don't know if I'll ship it, but I haven't even tried to turn it over, nothing. He said it came out of a running wreck bike, and I think he probably realized it was the wrong engine and wanted to get rid of it, or he was kind of a younger guy. So we got some cash. in the bike in the trade. So hey, cash is king. But like I said, good thing is it's got a clear title. So I'm gonna try and put it together and hunt down a lot of the parts it needs. Clean it up some. Hopefully that gas tank, I don't know if I'll be able to save that corner. Maybe we can JB weld it or something. But I'm afraid when I get it open, it's gonna be rusty. And a couple gas tanks online, they're about $200 to $300, same color. Maybe I can find one a little cheaper. You know how people are, cash talks. That's if that gas tank's no good. But anyway, that's gonna be it right now on the 99 Suzuki GSX-R 750 S-Rad. Like I said, I'm gonna order up some parts, and I gotta get into that gas tank. I gotta see what's in there. I can tell he's been digging in it because the top of the switches broke out. Plus he dug out the half of the key, broke off in there. But the ignition looks good. But I don't want to stick two halves of the key in there and get it stuck. So I'm just gonna order a new switch for a new gas top. We get it running, maybe we'll worry about the tires. Somebody might want to buy it, they can put tires on it. We'll see. Oh, and it's missing a chain. So that's something else I gotta get. Let's see. 8 of 98. Suzuki GSX-R 750. So, like I said, let me get to ordering some parts for it. Try and find an engine, and if I can locate at least an engine, the correct engine, this part 1 of this thing will go on, and then I'll get to ordering some more stuff. So let me see what I can find out. Let me see what I can find, maybe I can scoop up an engine locally somewhere. Somebody might have one, and we'll have the correct engine for it and get this thing back on the road. So let me see what I can find. Well, we got goodies today. This is the 750 Suzuki Shred motor for the 99 750 Suzuki. Now this engine in this barrel came out of a wrecked bike that a guy purchased it to put in a golf cart, and he never got around to do it, so his buddies convinced him to put it online for sale, and one thing led to another. I got it. So this is supposed to be the complete engine, the wire harness, air box. It should have the throttle bodies on it with the fuel injectors. It's the ECU. It's basically everything off the bike except for the bike itself. I think the gauge cluster's in there. I got a video of him turning it over, which he had posted on Marketplace. But it's supposed to be a good engine. It came off a wrecked bike. He was going to put it on a golf cart, and then one thing led to another. He never did finish that project, so he sold the golf cart, and this is the engine. So everything's supposed to be in this barrel. I just got to get it off the truck, and we'll get the saran wrap off of it and get that engine out of there. I don't know how they stuffed that thing in that barrel, but it is definitely in there, packed, and it's on 2 pallets. So I use Fastenal, I think it's Fastenal, They do have a blue lane shipping company they use. They ship, I think, pretty much across the United States, and it was the cheapest place I can find to ship this thing from St. Louis, right on the border of St. Louis. I think he said he was like maybe 20 miles from Missouri, but rather than drive 4 hours to go pick it up, I used the same shipping company he did and got it here. So hopefully this engine turns out good, because it was on a running bike that was just wrecked. But the good thing is we got everything, ECU, wire harness, like I said. We got everything. We can even put the gauge cluster on the bike. I don't know how many miles is on it. I have to look at the video, but we'll find that out. So anyway, let me get this thing off the truck. We'll get that saran wrap off that barrel, look in there and see what we got. So I got just a tow strap with 2 hooks on it going through the pallet, the small pallet, and just wrapped around over the top of the barrel. So hopefully I can lift it up with the engine lift here, or cherry picker, or whatever you want to call it, and we can get that off. Hopefully I don't damage nothing. What was that? Whatever it is, that sucker's hauling. Look like an Infinity or something. It's either Infinity or a Nissan Z300 or whatever they are, 350Z. But that was hauling. Might want to put a chain around there. So I don't think that hook's big enough. Around my neighborhood, something going on every day with these cars. Every time I have my garage door open, the people that in the neighborhood know that I mess around with cars and motorcycles and stuff like that. When they see my door open or they see me outside, if they got something that's worth anything, they come speeding through, cutting donuts, showing off. It's usually when I'm videoing, when I'm recording. So I'm pretty sure some of you guys out there, when you record, that's when company comes by or wife come outside, kids come outside. Somebody ride by playing loud music, yelling, screaming, fighting, dogs, phone ringing. So, but it don't happen until you record it. I guess that's why a lot of people go out and rent shops to do YouTube videos out of, because it's a lot quieter, less disturbance, and You don't have to worry about all that. But some of us can't do that. We work from home. Oh, scratch my tailgate. I ain't the tailgate. Well, it's resting against the tailgate. I'd rather rest against the bed liner part of the tailgate than the actual metal. Now, before I slide this out, let me make sure. Man, it almost hit that door. It is out. It's out, safe and sound. That wasn't too bad. But it's in there. It's like that's the air box. See the wire harness. Everything's crammed in there. So down in there somewhere is an engine. So let me get this thing situated where I wanted it, and we'll take a peek. Okay, so it's time to break open this barrel and let's see what's in there. It's supposed to be a motor, the ECU, wire harness, air box, speedo, everything off of a 99 GSX-R 750 Shred, or S-Rad, what some people call it. So let's see what we got here. Got the old crusty box cutter. No, it's not crusty. Don't want to cut the wires. It's like unpacking a Christmas gift. The engine basically looks like he just left it plugged up. The thing is how I'm gonna get it out of here. Should we cut the barrel? Because you definitely ain't picking this thing up out of there. There's the air box. It says 99 GSX-R. It's like a good air box. Oh yeah, it's the whole thing. So ECU, fuse box, looked like he just left the wire harness plug to it. There's a tachometer. Suzuki. See a few broken wires here. Just the pins. That is. So this is the whole wire harness. kind of left it plugged to the motor. Now to unplug some of the stuff. But as you see, it's in there. There's the throttle bodies. You got them all taped up with the carburetor boots. It's got the coil packs. Like I say, he's got the wire harness still plugged up to the fuel injectors and some of the sensors. Look like part of the exhaust is still on the header pipe. It is in there, and I got to get it out of there. I thought about just taking the saws off and just cut this barrel, just slice it in half. Other than that, I would have to hook a chain to, I don't know how he put this thing in there. I would have to hook a chain to it somehow, lift it up with the picker, and get it out of there. But it's a tight fit. So anyway, this is it, complete engine. I should have put that on the ground. Complete engine assembly with the harness. So let me see about getting the saws off. And I think what I'm going to do is just cut straight down through here. Get it opened up. Because there's no lifting points. Somebody's been in the clutch. Because you can see it's got a new cover on it. Well, a new gasket, silicone. And it's got a chrome oil filler cap. Yeah, I don't know how he got this thing in there. But I don't really need the barrel anyway. Make a good trash can. Unless I ship out the old motor, if somebody wanted to buy it, we can always put it in there. But I think I'm just gonna slice that barrel. So let me see if I get a sawzall and just start cutting that. So I went ahead and made the decision to take the wire harness off of it before I pull it out. It was just too much stuff hanging off of it. I think I might save this barrel. I'm thinking about just trying to hook into it somewhere and pull it out of there. The only problem I found with the harness was they had hardwired the stator into the rectifier, and I had to cut the wires. They got everything hardwired into the harness. Like here's the rectifier here, and they got it all hardwired in. You can see where they've been in the harness with this white tape. But these are the 3 wires, so I just kind of cut them and left some hanging off. We can reconnect those. But other than that, the harness looks good. It was all plugged to the engine. It's got one plug that's missing, because these are the wires with the little connectors that goes into the plastic plug. I'm not sure where that goes. But we got the ECU box, we got the starter solenoid. I mean, as you see in the video, he was turning this thing over. So I don't think he fired it. Unless he hooked the electric fuel pump to it. I do see a hose coming off of the fuel pressure regulator, but I don't think he tried to fire it like that. But yeah, we even got the coil packs, which I didn't have any that came with the bike. So I'm just gonna try and hook to it and pull it up out of there. And right here. that's the fuel line. That's the, this must be, okay, this is vacuum for the fuel pressure or whatever. This is the fuel going in. So anyway, I'm gonna try and hook to it and pull it out and save that barrel. All right, let's see, can we get this thing out of here safely without tearing up anything? Got 4 chains on it. It's coming. Here it comes. It's like pulling a baby out. No, it ain't. It's got the headers on it. I mean, the bike itself don't have the header bolts and the springs, and it's a bunch of stuff missing. When you get into these projects, you just don't know what you're missing, especially if it's already tore down. See one of the pipes down in there. It's out. Barrel screwed to the pallet. So there it is. It is out. Looks pretty good. It don't have a lot of road rash on it. It's got a little scuff there. It's probably from when it got in a wreck. The side cover looks decent. I mean, throw some black paint on it. Shifter looks good. Like I say, it's got the 4-in-1. Is it 4-in-1? Yeah. It's got the header on it. This side looks good. So there it is. Good looking unit. I don't see anything busted down here where the chain guard is. So it looks pretty good. Got the starter, injector set up, throttle bodies. So the only thing we need to do is just put it in there. I think most of this is on the frame already hooked up, but this is already hooked to the engine. So the only thing we gotta do is get it in there. I think that's cool. Suzuki cap. We need to make sure this is a 600. I mean, not 600, 750. He said it was, which a 750 will fit in a 600 frame, and I think the opposite, 749. So it is 750. So I am going to make some plans to get started on getting this engine in. There's some more parts I'm waiting on. I got some parts in. And once I get all the parts gathered up, we'll start putting it together. I got to make sure that the gas tank is good, because I think the gas tank might have an issue. He told me that he couldn't get the top open, so hopefully the gas tank ain't rusted out. And I think it's got an electric fuel pump in there. Oh yeah, it does have electric fuel pump in there, because he showed it to me. He actually showed it to me a thing on Amazon where you can buy one. So it does have electric fuel pump in the gas tank. So hopefully I can get in it, and if it's rusty, get it cleaned. So we'll see how it goes. But here's the engine. Finally got it. So now it's time to get to work. Let's get this thing running.